The monster came for that little girl, and it was her mother.
The evidence in this case has shown, that the defendant, Michael McCarthy, brought with him to 115 Maxwell Street a dark cloud.
Right now at noon, passionate closing arguments from the defense and prosecutors in the trial of the man charged with murdering Bella Bond. Prosecutors place the blame squarely on the defendant, Michael McCarthy. Good afternoon. I'm Kate Merrill.
And I'm Chris McKinnon. Thanks for joining us. The defense, however, made a fiery case to paint Bella's mother, Rachelle Bond, as the killer. WBZ's Nicole Jacobs is live in Boston with more for us. Nicole.
And just moments ago, Chris, the prosecutor wrapped up his closing argument, speaking for just about an hour. Very powerful arguments coming from both sides. And this really boils down to whose story do you believe? Is it Michael McCarthy, who was charged in Bella's murder? Or is it her mother, Rachelle Bond, who was charged with accessory after the fact and was the state's star witness? We'll get you to some video right now from inside the courtroom. I can tell you, the defense wasted no time jumping on Rachelle Bond's account of how and when Bella died, calling it a lie and a gruesome figment of her imagination. Jonathan Shapiro pointed to Rachelle's story changing multiple times, and dates, he says, just don't add up to the evidence. He reminded the jury of Rachelle's knowledge of the harbor, he says, because she dumped Bella's body there. But when it comes to the actual evidence pointing directly to his client, Shapiro says there simply isn't any.
His DNA was not found. His fingerprints were not found. His hair was not found. Each of the forensic scientists who testified agreed that he or she did not find any link between Mr. McCarthy and this crime. Nothing, nothing, nothing.
9 o'clock. And next up was Prosecutor David Deakin, who again just finished moments ago. He worked to prove Rachelle's testimony to the court was true and that her drug-induced state clouded her memory and made specific dates difficult to remember. He also spoke to McCarthy's knowledge of the harbor since his teenage years. He told the jury while physical fingerprints may not have been on the bag in which Bella was found, he says McCarthy's symbolic fingerprints are all over the dumping of the body, and he blames it on McCarthy's thoughts of demons.
Whether he went in there believing that she was a demon, thereby showing his opinion of her, or whether instead, as somebody who's interested, as I said in my opening statement, in the occult and demonology and Satanism, he came up with that as an excuse to tell Rachelle Bond in a desperate hope that she would believe it and that she would forgive or accept what he had done, or at a minimum, not go to the authorities right away.
And again, those closing arguments just wrapping up right at noontime. The jury will decide if McCarthy is guilty of first-degree murder, second-degree murder, or manslaughter, or if he is not guilty. The judge will instruct the jury on their proceedings after lunch, and then they will begin deliberating. We're live in Boston. Nicole Jacobs, WBZ News.